Zion Williamson, the reason that you turn on the television every 3 nights
and see the Pelicans,
right? It's not Lonzo Ball.
Unfortunately, yes.
Right. It's
they're
not
on every
Brandon
night.
Ingram, even though he's playing well. It is Zion Williamson. And Zion had his first full practice since the knee surgery this week on Thursday, today. And the question I want to throw out, because it's been some debate. There are some in the NBA who've told me, I don't know that it's definitive or if it's just a rumor going around the league.
Right.
But some thinking that he's not going to play this year. And the old school in me doesn't like that. I'm like, look, at some point you got to play. And if you get hurt, you know what? It was just meant to be and you weren't going to be healthy anyway. But I do understand it. Look, this is a team that thought they were going to fight for the playoffs. Right now they've got 11 wins. They're the 6th worst record in the NBA. If you keep Zion out and you keep playing this poorly, they've won 4 straight. They're on a little bit of a hot streak. But let's say you finish, in one of the 5 or 6 worst records in the league. Maybe you get that lottery pick or you get a number 1 or 2 or 3 pick or something like that. You add another good young player. You also give Zion a year where maybe you can work on his body, although I'm not sure they've been doing, it's helped much yet. I know they'll try, but work on his body, get that knee as healthy as possible, and get a top pick. Maybe, I hate to say it, but I get the logic in that this season is lost. You're not making the playoffs, so maybe let him sit out. What do you think?
Yeah, I disagree with that. I think if he's healthy, he should play. Why prolong it? It was like the sneaker that blew out. Remember we were watching?
Right.
And people were saying, oh, don't ever play again. Like just go to the pros.
College.
You don't want to. And he got healthy and he played and he didn't have another incident. Things happen. If you're healthy, you should play. If you're not, now I'm saying, Chris, 100%, no rushing him back,
right.
None of that. I'm talking about you're healthy, you're going and you can play like full speed, everything. If you can do that, getting him some time now with some of his teammates is going to be better for next year rather than being out the whole year.
That's true,
right? Like I'm like
because
then we're starting all over
year,
again.
Right. That makes sense.
That's
that
all.
Makes sense.
I want him to know who your teammates are and get a feel for the other guys, so that we're not starting all over again, and then everything that we gained this year will go out the window because now we all got to learn to replay again with Zion.
So don't worry about the draft pick.
No, I wouldn't. You got a nice young team.
What people are saying is that this isn't a draft that's outstanding anyway.
No, it's not like over the top
like
where you like, we know who's going to be the number 1 pick or number 2 pick. We don't have that feeling, so
that makes sense.
Get
him out there.
Get him acclimated to his teammates, and then you say to yourself, and you're right. If you're going to get hurt, Chris, you're going to get hurt. So there ain't no way to safeguard it.
Just play.
He could sit out the whole year, play game 1 of next year, and hurt something. And then you say what? Well, we sat him out the whole year. Now what?
Right. Yeah.
So you can't win.
Yeah, that's a good point. Get him because you're right. If he sits out, then next year becomes let's see what Zion can do. It doesn't become like if he plays well this year, then next year's about let's make the playoffs.
Right. You go and say you add him in. There's still enough games to be played. We're not even at the All-Star break, right?
There's no way he's not going to be ready.
I can't believe it, right.
You said, don't rush him.
Don't rush him.
There's no way he's going to need the entire season to get that knee right.
He just practiced, right?
Right. This is, January 2nd?
Today's, right, January
2nd? Yeah. And there's no way. He should be ready, really.
He's not going to play till April?
At the latest, it should be after the All-Star break.
That's what I mean. If he's ready at the latest. After the All-Star break, he comes back, he's healthy, and he's going full bore in practice. Go ahead,
you got to play. You got to play. You're in the league to play.
That's your job title. You're a player.
Right. Should he play or should he wait this season?
877-99 on Fox is the number. Let's get it started with Andre in Cape Cod. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Happy New Year, guy. Zion absolutely needs to play. We need to see him for a minimum of 20 games. They need to follow the same plan that they did some years ago with Anthony Davis under the leadership of Monty Williams. He needs to get some time, but obviously you're going to bring them along slowly. We know that the Pelicans, they play in the major leagues. That's the Western Conference. So they're going to lose any way you slice it. They're going to take them L's.
Good point.
Okay, so if your draft status, that's not going to.
And if you don't take the L's, then praise the Lord, you got
right.
a real
you got something
superstar
going, right?
there. Yeah.
Indeed. So they have a young core there. We see Lonzo coming back. He's been playing a little bit better. You have Ingram that's doing well.
Has he played better?
You throw Zion in the mix.
4 straight.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes, another young Thundercat that's out there making some moves. So put him in the mix. Again, 20-plus games so the people, we get a glimpse, and you'll also achieve, your overarching goals in terms of the lottery going forward. Finally, I have to say it's a sad day in the basketball community with the passing of David Stern, the greatest commissioner in team sports. So we need to mention that. I had to mention that.
Good call, Andre, and we will get to that, talking about
Appreciate
Stern.
it.
But the last thing they need is another pretty good young player.
No, right. They got
with
enough.
the draft.
Right.
You got enough pretty
young
good
guys.
young players. Unless it's going to be a superstar, you can do without another young guy. Let's go to Marty in Kentucky. Marty, what's happening, brother?
What's up, fellas? Why did I picture Rob dancing like Carlton when Rob G was singing that theme song?
You know what? I could have been.
I don't know if Rob can do Carlton's moves.
Yeah,
Carlton could dance. I give him that.
I don't know if I could
He
even
was
get
corny,
there.
but he could dance.
Oh, okay. On this subject, I'm going to repeat what I've said every time we talk about it. John Morant's going to be the guy of this draft that we're talking about 10 years from now. Now, I do like Zion, but I don't like his physics of his body and the speed of the league, and I just don't think his body's going to hold up. I'm still sticking with that. It's what I said originally. I hope I'm wrong because I like the kid, but if I'm the Pelicans, I have to put him in. I got to see what I invested in, get him out there, get him learning the NBA, get him meshing with his teammates. Before they know it, his rookie contract will be up. You got to get him in some games.
Yep, that's true.
No, that's a good point, Marty. No doubt.
Yeah,
I
see
agree.
what he's made of. He might not be a great player at this level, so the sooner you find that out, the better.
And he might not. Or
vice
you don't know,
versa.
or he might be a stud right away. Jonathan in Orlando, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jonathan?
How you guys doing?
Doing
up,
great.
Man?
So I want to talk about a Zion situation. I think he shouldn't play this year. I think he should play next year. The reason why I say that, because you remember back in 2007 when Greg Oden was taken number 1 overall to the Portland Trailblazers,
Yes.
how it was so much hype. And then he had so much injuries, right?
Right.
So I think with Zion in this situation, he shouldn't play. I think he should wait till next year to get his body adjusted. And when his body is adjusted, when he's fully healthy, we'll see him make an impact next year. As far as this year, nah.
But
Here's
Jonathan,
the thing, Greg
go ahead.
Oden, it wouldn't have mattered.
No,
he just couldn't.
He couldn't
his
stay
body
healthy.
structure, he wasn't going to be healthy no matter how long you let him sit.
But you got to realize, what if Greg Oden was healthy?
But he wasn't going to be.
It just wasn't.
I don't think there's anything they could have done.
And Jonathan, the same thing here. You're saying wait till next year. What if he gets hurt in game 1 next
now,
year?
next season is almost kind of like
another.
okay,
right.
here we go. We're starting from scratch.
So I don't think that you just staying out. If you're playing and you're injury prone or you're brittle or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter when you play.
It's just I
Thanks
hear
for the call, Jonathan.
sentiment. I start off talking about I get where people are coming from. I could even understand it, but at some point you got to play. And it's just too much of the season is left. It's not like you got hurt in January and you could have come back for the last month. But no, let's sit him out. You got hurt with the whole season left. So I think you just got to play at some point.
And the whole point of it is still, you don't rush him when he's 100%. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When you're 100, you go out there. If you're 100 after the All-Star break, fine. If it's a week before the All-Star break, whenever you're 100, doctors sign off, everybody, you feel good, you could cut, you could move, Chris, you could do everything a basketball player can do, then you should play.
Yeah, and he's practiced. If he practiced today full go, I mean, it just doesn't seem possible he won't be ready before the All-Star break. I could understand. That's a full month and a half away. I could understand if you bring him back after the All-Star break, but let's be honest. If he's practicing full bore,
it'll be before
you
that.
would think he can play before that.
Because they said he had a full practice.
And look, it was 6 to 8 weeks was the prognosis. It's been much more longer than the 8 weeks now. And so, yeah, I mean, see what he can do. I'm sure he's eager. And there are a lot of people that think he gained some weight, while he was sitting out. So get him out there playing, running, getting that weight off.
You don't want him to get too big either, right?
No, you don't. No, you don't. But tough year for them. This was supposed to be the year where they're a pretty good team, and it just hasn't, manifested itself. It'll also be more fun for the fans because I want to see Zion. I want to see what he can do. He was great in the preseason, Rob. 23 points a game, 70% shooting from the floor.
He was amazing.
It would add a little more pizzazz to the season. I think you already got some pretty good storylines, but it add a little more if Zion can come and play. And all the talk about the ratings being down, that's part of it too. One, you got the Pelicans on all the time, and no Zion.
No, definitely. People were looking forward to it. Don't forget, Durant is hurt.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into it, but a lot
hurt. Golden State's not a factor.
Exactly. Kyrie Irving's been hurt.
Yep.
I mean,
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are factoring into it, and people, especially, you're right. All those games for the Pelicans were put on those national broadcasts, and you're going like, and especially early on, they're playing better, like you said lately.
Right.
But before that, you turn it on and they're down 25. Are you watching that game, Chris? You could be an NBA fan. You watching that?
No.
No, not down 25. I'm not watching.
No. What's happening, y'all? It's Chris Broussard.
I'm Rob Parker.
And we are
The Odd Couple. Check us out as often as you can on YouTube.
And always remember, I'm Oscar and he's Felix.
Oh, man. Are you serious?